So for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy who created a 30-minute scrambled eggs video, which blew up a little bit on YouTube and quite a lot on Instagram, and then TikTok just sits there for some reason. I don't get it either. However, there are so many passionate people about their scrambled eggs. I decided, hey, let's make a video to see what method of scrambled eggs is going to be the best one. We've got microwaved, sous vide, a low heat, medium, and high heat version of scrambled eggs just on the stove top. And then I got a couple extra bonus eggs for you, so stay tuned for that. So to make this a little more scientific, we are going to need some controls. So we're going to be using just salt, beef tallow, the exact same non-stick frying pan, and of course, some eggs.
Starting off with the most disgusting way to cook your eggs, the microwave method. Grab your bowl and crack in 1 egg because I do not want to waste any more eggs on this method. Add salt, beef tallow, and whisk until combined. Cook for 30 seconds, remove from the microwave, whisk a little bit, and cook for an additional 15 to 30 seconds, or until the egg is fully set.
I don't even want to eat this. Like, it's so flabby and just sad, but for science, it's extremely rubbery. Again, you're microwaving this thing for like a minute. It was garbage. Like, out of here. This is definitely the worst scrambled eggs. Like, if this is your method of scrambled eggs, go get help. Get therapy. Do something, because like do something else. Like cook it a different method, please.
Next up, we have the low heat method. We're going to crack 3 eggs into a bowl, season with a pinch of salt, and whisk until combined. Grab an 8-inch non-stick frying pan, place in your eggs and beef tallow, and cook over a low heat. With a rubber spatula, we're going to constantly stir the eggs to create small curds and cook for around 10 minutes, or until there's almost no liquid left in the pan and you're left with a nice, spreadable consistency with your scrambled eggs.
All right, low and slow. It's not soupy, it's French, remember that. This egg is extremely creamy. No cream's used, no butter's used. It's just pure egg. Glorious egg. Like you can't beat it. But we're gonna try other methods.
Alright, medium heat scrambled eggs. Probably the most common method that people cook their eggs. Preheat your pan over medium heat with some beef tallow, add in your eggs, and cook for around 3 to 5 minutes, stirring every 30 seconds or so. You should still have a slight amount of liquid with these eggs once they're done cooking.
Alright, so medium heat. We can already tell these curds are quite larger, taste-wise. It's not as creamy as the low and slow method. It's still moist, which is quite nice. Like, I'd say this is generally like my I want eggs, but I have to go to work kind of scrambled eggs. They're super good. Nothing to really like write home about. It's not like, oh my god, these are amazing. They're still really delicious. I love them.
High heat scrambled eggs. Pretty much the exact same method as our medium heat scrambled egg. Non-stick pan, preheat over high heat, add in your tallow, add in your eggs, stir every 30 seconds or so, cook for around 2 to 3 minutes, and enjoy.
Okay, hot scrambled eggs. So obviously, got bigger curds. Trying to keep it somewhat consistent with like a medium heat. I don't want to obviously dry these out to nothing because then I'm gonna hate these, and then they'll be the lowest scrambled eggs. Spongy or springy for sure. Like in the areas that are definitely a little overcooked, but it's not my favorite. It's definitely really close to a medium scramble. And again, if you let this go for quite a while, or if you're using a really high heat, again, you're gonna be drying your eggs out. They're not gonna be as creamy. They're not gonna be as eggy. But no, like it's okay. Like it's not my favorite for sure by any means, but it's still all right. So for the people who are like, I can make my scrambled eggs in 30 seconds, sure, you can make it, but it's just okay. Are you fine with just having okay scrambled eggs?
Onto some specialty style of eggs, starting off with sous vide. We're following the same method here: eggs, salt, whisk, tallow, but now place the scrambled egg mixture into a vacuum sealed bag, seal the bag, and then realize your bag is too small, didn't seal properly, so now you have eggs leaking everywhere. Pour your egg mixture into an extremely large vacuum sealed bag and seal your eggs. Set up your sous vide station and cook for your desired temp and time. For this experiment, I went 165 Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. Once the water has reached the correct temperature, place the eggs into the water bath and cook for the desired time. Remove the bag from the water and break up the curds as best as you can. Remove the eggs from the bag and serve.
This looks like the consistency of like cold cornmeal. Like it's one curd. It's kind of springy, but it's definitely very rubbery. This might almost be my least favorite. That's saying something. He's just keeping. It's weird.
Alright, for bonus method 1, we have blended scrambled eggs. In a cup that is just large enough to fit a stick blender, add in your eggs, salt, and blend on medium speed for about 1 minute. Preheat your nonstick pan with some tallow and add in your airy eggs.
It almost just looks like melted butter. All of that is just air.
Cook over medium heat for 3 to 5 minutes and enjoy.
So this is almost like a mix between the soft scrambled and the medium scrambled. Like your curds are relatively small, but obviously still quite big. But the key thing here is the taste. And texture. Wow, that's actually surprisingly nice. Honestly, yeah, it is a good mix between the soft scrambled egg and the medium scramble. Like the curds just break apart super easily. They look chunky, but they just like I'm just nerding over eggs. Oh, wow, like I'm honestly impressed. Like I've never made these before. It is, yeah, that's insane. Like I gotta go for another bite. Like if I wanted to do the low and slow method and kind of get that jammy consistency egg, but I didn't want to spend like 5 to 10 minutes doing it, or half an hour if you do the double boiler method. Really close contender for that. Like I'm honestly shocked on how good these scrambled eggs are.
Finally, our last egg method for this video, the cornstarch slurry. For our slurry, we're going to use 1 teaspoon of cornstarch and roughly 2 teaspoons of cold water. We're going to mix until our cornstarch is fully combined and then add our slurry into our egg mixture. Once again, add our eggs to a preheated nonstick pan over medium heat, cook for 3 to 5 minutes, and enjoy.
The last scrambled egg method, cornstarch slurry. Basically, the reason you add cornstarch to this is to make a more tender, creamy, like velveting meat for stir fries. So we'll see if it makes any difference. Cornstarch slurry, I might argue, is a little better than the air blending in a bunch of air method. Yeah. Shout out to the velveting technique. By far, my favorite method is not this. But it's close. I would say this is tied with the blended method for sure. Maybe a slight edge above it. With my personal and definitely not biased opinion, low and slow method is definitely the best scrambled eggs method by far. If I really wanted to be fancy, I do think the double boiler method is actually worth it. So if you stayed this long watching this video, thank you for watching me ramble about a bunch of different methods for scrambled eggs. If you do want me to experiment with different foods, like honestly, I did love doing this, even though I'm really hating eating scrambled eggs right now. If you want to see me do any like extra long format videos on the channel, let me know. It's going to be similar to this, where here's a topic. I'm going to experiment a couple different ways to see what works, what doesn't work, or what I enjoy. Like and subscribe if you thought this was a fun video. If you learned something, awesome. I'm sure more will come in the future. I don't know how often I'm going to post these, but I don't know. Until next time, scrambled eggs.